Welcome to Lecture 4.2, Higher Order Derivatives. Let y be a differentiable function of x, then the nth derivative of y is the derivative of f of x obtained in n successions. Symbolically, we have the following notations. Take note that the order n is a natural number, starting from 1, 2, 3 onwards. We have the following symbols for the derivatives. For the first derivative, we have the symbol of Leibniz, and then for Lagrange, y prime, and f prime of x. For the second derivative, we have this notation. Third derivative, we have y triple prime, f triple prime of x. Fourth derivative, we have this notation, or we may use the Roman numeral. For the fourth derivative, we have the parentheses on the exponent to emphasize that this is not an exponent, but a derivative. For the fifth derivative, we have this, and then for the nth derivative, we have this notation, read as nth derivative of y with respect to x. These are the relationship that we can establish. The second derivative is equal to the derivative of the first derivative. And then the third derivative is equal to the derivative of the second derivative, and so on. First example, we have y is equal to 10x raised to 5 minus 10x raised to 4 plus 3x squared plus 5x minus 3e raised to x. Find the sixth derivative. For the derivative, you may use any symbol as long as the process is correct. In this case, let us use the notation of Leibniz. The first derivative is 50x raised to 4 minus 40x cubed plus 6x plus 5 minus 3e raised to x. Second derivative, we have 200x cubed minus 120x squared, and then plus 6 minus 3e raised to x. After that, we have the third derivative. We have 600x squared minus 240x minus 3e raised to x. And then for the fourth derivative, we have 1200x minus 240 minus 3e raised to x. And then after that, the fifth derivative is 1200 minus 3e raised to x. And finally, the sixth derivative is equal to negative 3e raised to x. This is now the final answer. Second example, find the third derivative of y is equal to 5x minus 6 raised to 2 over 5. Okay, let us use the chain rule here. Let u be equal to 5x minus 6. The derivative of u with respect to x is equal to 5. Using the representation, we have y is equal to u raised to 2 over 5. The first derivative is equal to 2 over 5 times u raised to negative 3 over 5 times the derivative of u with respect to x. And then the second derivative is equal to 2 over 5 times negative 3 over 5 u raised to negative 8 over 5. And then for the derivative of u with respect to x, we have another derivative of u with respect to x here because we get the derivative of u again. Okay? And then after that, we have the third derivative, the required. We have 2 over 5 times negative 3 over 5 times negative 8 over 5. And then we have u raised to negative 13 over 5. And then just like what we did earlier, the derivative of u with respect to x will appear again 3 times. So it's safe to say that this is cube. Okay. We can now have the answer. We have positive 2 times 3 times 8, so that's 48. And then over 125. And then u is 5x minus 6 quantity raised to 13 over 5. And then we have this, the derivative of u with respect to x cubed. So that is 5 cubed. Okay, let us change the color. That's it. This one will cancel out because 5 cubed is equal to 125. The final answer is 48 over 5x minus 6 raised to 13 over 5. Example 3, find the second derivative of f of x is equal to 3 over 1 minus x. F of x here is the same as negative 3 over x minus 1. Okay, we just isolated the negative. Okay, let's have the first derivative. So this one takes the form c over v. Okay, the derivative of c over v, we have negative c. Okay, since we have here negative 3, the negative of negative 3 is positive 3. And then multiplied by the derivative of the denominator, and then over the square of the denominator. We have here 3 over the quantity x minus 1 squared. Since we are tasked to find the second derivative, this one is better if we express this as this. 3 times the quantity x minus 1 raised to negative 2, so that we will not use the c over b but rather the u raised to n, the power formula. Mas madali yon. So, therefore, the second derivative is equal to 3 times negative 2 and then times the quantity x minus 1 raised to negative 3 times 1. Paano nangyari yon? So this is n, u raised to n minus 1, and derivative of u with respect to x. Okay. The final answer is negative 6 over the quantity x minus 1 cubed. Example 4, find the second derivative of y is equal to arctangent x. This one is easy because we only have arctangent x here. We can get the first derivative right away with ease. So we have 1 over 1 plus x squared. Okay, the second derivative, this one takes the form c over v. Okay, so the second derivative is negative c times the derivative of the denominator. So that's negative 2x over, here we have 1 plus x squared, which is square it. Rewriting, we have negative 2x over the quantity x squared plus 1 squared. This is the final answer. Example 5, find the second derivative of s is equal to tangent of the quantity t squared minus 1. Okay, this one takes the form tangent u. So we have a direct formula for that. The derivative of s with respect to t is equal to, we have 2t secant squared of t squared minus 1. Okay. This one, we have, since we are going to get the second derivative, our first derivative assumes the product form. Okay. Let us get the second derivative. We have here 2. Saan galing yung 2? Eto. And then multiplied to u dv plus v du. Okay, u, we have t. And then the dv, we have, take note that secant squared u is equal to secant u na naka-square, may parentheses. Okay, so ibig sabihin, power yung gagamitin natin dito. We have 2 secant of t squared minus 1. And then the derivative of secant is sectan. and then followed by the derivative of t squared minus 1. So how is that? So this is n, and then this is u raised to n minus 1, and then the entirety is the derivative of u with respect to t. Okay? Next, we have u dv plus b du. So we have plus second squared of t squared minus 1. Okay. We have a common factor across the terms. We have secant squared. This is also secant squared. These are all multiplication, so we can factor them out. Okay, we have 2 secant squared of the quantity t squared minus 1. And then, for the first term, we have, ano na lang yung natira? 4t squared. 4t squared tangent of t squared minus 1. Then plus 1. This is now our final answer. Example 6, we have x squared plus e raised to y is equal to 3. This is an implicit function. We are going to find the second derivative. Differentiating both sides, we have 2x plus e raised to y prime is equal to 0. Okay, we have e raised to y prime is equal to negative 2x. Take note that the derivative of y is y prime. So that's why the derivative of e raised to y is e raised to y prime. Okay, solving for the y prime, we have negative 2x over e raised to y. For the second derivative, the second derivative is equal to the derivative of y prime. Okay, so let's have here this, the derivative of negative 2x over e raised to y. Okay, so this one takes the form u over v, since we have a variable on the denominator and numerator. Okay, the derivative of this is the negative 2 can be moved outside para hindi nakakagulo. Okay. We multiply this by the derivative. We have e raised to 2y. And then b du, e raised to y times 1 minus u dv, e raised to y prime. Okay, we have negative 2 times. For the y prime, we are going to substitute the value of y prime there. Okay, we have e raised to y minus x e raised to y times negative 2x over e raised to y. So magka-cancel na yung e raised to y. Okay, we have negative 2 and then times e raised to y plus 2x squared. Okay. And then all over e raised to 2y. Okay. This is the second derivative. Actually, we may use the given to simplify further the second derivative. Okay, let's write it here. We have negative 2 times. Take note that this one is equal to e raised to y plus x squared all over e raised to 2y. Okay, so this becomes negative 2. And then, looking at the given, saan equal ito? Sa 3. Dito. So, we can exchange that. So, 3 plus x squared all over e raised to 2y. Okay. So, we have negative 2 times the quantity x squared plus 3 all over e raised to 2y. So, this is the simplified second derivative. Example 7, if the 87th derivative of y with respect to x is negative cosine x, what is the 13th derivative? Okay, we have here a trigonometric function, negative cosine x. Okay, Let's see. If y is equal to sine x, y prime is equal to cosine x, y double prime is equal to negative sine x, y triple prime, the third derivative is equal to negative cosine x, and then the fourth derivative is equal to positive sine x, and then the fifth derivative is equal to cosine x, and so on. We will notice that after the third derivative, the cycle restarts. Okay, take a look at this. In every fourth derivative, eighth derivative, 12th derivative, multiples of 4, it is equal to the original function. Okay? Now, using this induction, what is the nearest multiple of 4 to 87? 88. So, the 88 derivative is equal to positive sine x. Okay? So, let us erase the induction. Okay, this means that this is also equal to the original function, and also this is equal to the nth derivative where n is a multiple of 4. Ano-ano ba yung mga multiple ng 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and so on. Okay. Ang pinapahanap, 13th derivative. Ano yung pinakamalapit kay 13th derivative? 12th derivative. So, the 12th derivative is equal to sine x, actually. Okay, so therefore, what is the 13th derivative? The 13th derivative is the derivative of sine x, derivative of the 12th derivative. So this is cosine x. Exercise, what is the 51st derivative of y with respect to x? You have now reached the last example and the end of this lecture. You are highly encouraged to answer the exercises given at the end of this video courseware. Thank you.